summer
If
fun.
people are ready, let's kick off with our second session of Summer Fun, the funnest of summers. And it was a week and a half ago that we played. So the question is, what happened? Yes, who wants to do the recap?
I can do the recap, but I'm going to need a lot of help once we
I
get...
can do it.
Okay, you did.
Okay. Last time we began our little journey, both as players and as characters. We started out in the little town south of Neverwinter, known as Leylon, I think.
Mhm.
Is that fine? Okay, yeah. North of the Mayor of Dead Men, sort of not right on the edge, but a little above it. The root of the Sword Mountains, really just a place where we sometimes would see travelers coming through. And we talked a little bit how we grew up and how we basically are all these orphans, and we've gathered by an old dwarf whose name I will never learn, but Dwarf Dad.
Gundrun
basically-
Rockseeker.
Yes, him. Dwarf Dad. Here often known as Dwarf Dad. But he is a good father, and it was good to us, and always taught us how to be the best at what we wanted to do, and taught us we could be anything, even like meager beginnings perhaps, but reach for the stars, and you're in a world of opportunity, and just have a good heart and a good soul, and you know, someday you will get to go out and make your history. So there's always lots of stories of adventure and that sort of thing. And that's really what have led our characters to the cusp of this journey we're going to go on. Because one day he came in and said, well, all of you, pack your things. You're leaving on the morrow. I will go ahead now. Go to Phandalin. Hurry. Yeah. And so he disappeared. And next day we basically left in a wagon with one of Sheep's characters, Oxen, Fenrin. What's your name, Sheep?
Forin.
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 Yes, Forin's oxen and another oxen riding with a covered wagon towards Phandalin. All of our stuff and lots of mining supplies, weirdly enough. On the way, we encounter or find basically a camp that has been ransacked by goblins, allegedly. We look at the goblins and we sort of find the tracks and we follow them back to the goblins' lair, because this was not ordinary camp. It looked like the camp with the horses and all the things that our dwarf dad and his friend, there's a cat in my beard, had left with from Leland the days before, and that guy's worried, because what if something had happened to it? It'd be terrible. So we tried to went through there and we killed all the goblins and a bugbear and wolves and hounds and all kinds of things, and then in the end we found Dwarf Dad's friend who said, oh no, he's been captured. They've taken him far. We can't find him here. We must seek refuge in Phandalin, quickly. We must go there and rest up and prepare. Then we must go and find him. And he told us a story of how what they were going to go seek was because in the Sword Mountains there's an old dwarven hold. I don't remember the name of it, but allegedly it broke and fell a long time ago, and because a clan... Oh man, this is getting hazy. Such a good beginning. But it fell anyway, and Dwarf Dad has like a friend, I think, who was like super connected to it, and he was like, yes, I will do this for you, friend. And well, we were sort of drawn into that now, but he's been kidnapped, and we need to go and rescue him, and then help him do this task. And reclaim this lost mine that they know now how to go and find. I think they have searched for a map for a really long time. The friend has, and now we found it and gone back to Dwarf Dad and be like, I found it! Oh my god, we can go and reclaim it. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, I think we're just arrived in Phandalin. We've been to the inn. We've slept for the day.
Yep.
We're arriving on the cusp of a new day of exploring the city and seeing what quests we can pick up and.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even purchase some gear or sell a golden little monkey statue, frog statue, I think it was. So you know, we're gonna see if we can find Dwarf Dad and get to the bottom of why these bandits have taken him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
I think I missed two.
On the off chance that you did in fact mention it, because I zoned out looking at my notes, we also have a bunch of boxes from a merchant company that we totally need to give back to them, because stealing them would be immoral.
The Lion Shield Costa company.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'll do that.
Oh yeah, and I have 3 stuff in my notes: Sister Gallery, Old Addermath, and the Red Brands.
I have no idea what any of that means, but you know, I think for a week and a half ago, I think I did pretty well, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy with this. And so the scene starts where the heroic characters wake up in the morning and maybe go and have some breakfast or do whatever else they need to do in the morning.
yeah, breakfast. You know.
Yeah.
Forin and River. How is your name pronounced, Manaki?
I don't
Your character's
remember.
Rivar, I think it was.
I don't remember.
Let's say Rivar.
River. Forin and River probably had a really awkward evening where Forin was just in his room to be his company, and River probably not really liking
no, that's
company.
not what I meant. When Thorin came and knocked, Rivar had just gone to bed.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, he was tired and there was a long day. So Thorin would maybe, you know, if he just needed to sleep and he just needed to rest. Like, it was stressful finding all that he got really worried, and you know, maybe we'll talk on the morrow, sort of moment. Go join the others.
He probably did then.
You find yourself at one of the tables in the fantastical tavern, which was, you know, it's modest, but as it turns out, Stonehill seem to run a clean place, if a bit rustic. Same with the breakfast being served by the barmaid Elsa. It is porridge. There is some bread, some cheese, milk, possibly from cows, and yeah, she serves you the breakfast without much fuss. Although she is looking quite curious at you, like all your weapons and armor and like the air of adventure that stands around you, and she seems sort of possibly a little bit impressed, you would think, as she sort of seems to hover around you or close to you a lot, taking a lot of excuses to come to your table.
Riva would like to see if she's listening in on our conversations, or sort of if she's armed, or what sort of, if she's trying to basically glean information that she can later give to someone, or why she's so interested. Like, it seems weird to him that she would be, like, it's kind of creepy, you know?
Sure. You can make a perception check.
Yes, I will. Let's see how I do that again. Selected, I think. And then my ability check and perception is dexterity. No. It's wisdom.
Sure.
And I have proficiency, and I think I also have expertise. So
well, there you go.
There we go.
One of my eyes are.
Good lord.
Look at that. That's the real, the real stuff.
You're pretty sure that she is definitely trying to listen in. Although what you get from her is not like, she's not listening in with a vicious grin on her face or anything. It is more of a sort of doughy-eyed, sort of star-eyed look that she gives you.
Oh,
You are so uncomfortable.
she's not gonna get a tip, that's for sure.
Oh, no. Not giving a tip would make him even more uncomfortable. Like,
Well, we're not giving her a tip
what is the
because
correct
what
amount?
she's doing is uncomfortable.
Riva's
With that
the
check
type
also,
to-
by the way, Manaki, Rivar does notice there is a new guest, seemingly, at the far end of the bar. It's kind of an unsavory type. He seems to sit sort of leaned back on his stool, sort of leaning against the bar very nonchalantly. His legs are thrown wide so everyone can see his crotch in an entire bar, you know, that way that really macho guys sit around. And he
just explode.
Jeep exploded. Okay.
Yes, could you kick me from the server?
You're gone.
Gone.
And he seems to be chewing very loudly, and generally seemingly being fairly obnoxious.
He's picking a fight.
He seems to be kinda, or he you get the feeling that he considers himself owning this place, or like he, you know, Tolban throws him the stink eye a few times, and Trelina, his wife, does the same, but none of them really reprimand him much. You also notice that he is armed in here.
Wait,
Oh, by the way, now I remember
who is
what
picking a fight?
He's,
I remember too. He'll look at it and say, he'll lean in and say, over there by the bar, there's one of those ruffians that have been terrorizing the city.
Yeah, that's the
Red
Brands.
one of those mercenaries that have been hired to protect it, but really are just small bullies taking protection from everyone.
I remember that. But you weren't there when we talked about it.
Not particularly.
I guess I told you while we were getting ready. I told you about it.
Morning conversation.
Yeah, it was a morning conversation. Well, should we go over and ask him nicely to leave and stop bullying the people?
I don't
He
want to
hops
cause
the
trouble.
bar.
I don't want to cause trouble for the.
He's
people
sort of
here.
there's a hatch,
Very nice.
you know, you
Yeah,
can flip up
yeah.
the bar. He goes, Tolban comes waddling up. Maybe an old wound or something seems to make him sort of move a bit stiffly. And he moves up and says, "Well, I trust the accommodations were satisfactory."
Oh, they were just fine, although it did take us quite a while to actually get up the stairs, considering that he's your boy, isn't he?
Tolban sort of shoots an eye at little Pip, who sort of ducks behind the bar.
Oh, don't understand me wrongly here. I enjoyed his questions.
He grunts. Boy, he's curious sort. I'll get him in real trouble one day. I keep telling him, but he sort of rolls his eyes.
Did you say he walked like he's been wounded?
Yeah, it's like it's an old wound, perhaps.
He was an
it's
adventurer
not.
once
It's not
upon a
new.
time.
No,
So it's not like he got beaten up by the ruffian while we were gone.
no, he looks fine.
Okay.
So you're gonna see yourself around town then, I take it.
Could you repeat that? I crapped out again.
Might be my connection then. Did more people crap
No,
out?
no, it's just mine. It's mine.
I'm good.
Alright. So you're gonna see yourself around town then, I take it.
Suppose so. But coming back to your boy,
He shoots another glance. Boy ducks again.
no, it's nothing about him, but he seemed a bit worried about things around town here.
Did he now? He hooks his thumbs in his belt
And that
a little bit.
that person over there sitting at the bar.
His face sours a bit. Yeah, it's one of the mercenaries. He lowers his voice. Yeah,
seems to be-
they come in here and cause trouble from time to time. It's we don't really have a town guard. They're hired by I think by town hall to keep everything running. But honestly, they kind of do the opposite, if you ask me.
Any particular time they come in and make trouble?
Whenever they feel like, whenever they're bored, whenever their patrols around town take them here, or when they come back from one and are thirsty.
Zimri looks at Tolban and like the guy in the corner with the spread legs right now.
Yeah. He grunts. I could cause a bit of trouble, but I have kept most of the violence out of here. He seems a bit troubled by this subject, and maybe Naivara and Zimri remember something they were told last night about violence.
One of the shopkeepers got beaten up about complaining or something like that, or not paying what they wanted him to pay. Something like that.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
And not only beaten up, beaten to death, it was said.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I'm not going to just sit here and do nothing. On the other hand, I don't want to confront that guy at the bar currently. I want them to outnumber me first.
Tolba sort of looks at you, like an eyebrow raising questioningly, and then he looks at like your bulk and all of your armor.
Naivara actually laughs at that.
And he's like, well, you're certainly brave, sir. I'll give you that.
Zimri look. Sorry.
He sort of snaps his fingers. Oh, that's right. Yes, your friend. He arrived with you. Yes, Sildar Hallwinter. Yes, he came in earlier. Said to tell you that he will be at the Townmaster's Hall for the most of the day. Apparently, he's doing something or the other. But if you needed to talk to him, you could seek him there.
Suppose we should. We do. Oh God, I forgot his. What's Dwarf Dad's name?
Gundren Rockseeker.
Let's get notes somewhere, all right?
Yeah. I'm going to copy that right now. Suppose we should talk to him sooner rather than later, although I'm not too worried about Gundren. He can take care of himself. He's probably just fine.
Tolban sort of, weighs his weight back and forth on his legs, sort of, tipping back and forth. And I says, sure, I'm sure he does, wherever he is. Well, by your leave then. Have a nice day in town. Runs, walks past, shoots a stink eye again at the guy in the corner of the bar. Then he goes behind.
Is he still sitting and chewing really loudly? And
Yes.
Zimri has a thing that he hates people who chew with their mouth open. He's like,
Oh, he is doing it. He's like really
spitting on the ground.
Yeah, it's just echoing all over.
Rivar leans forward now that the big man is gone and sort of says, I don't know why they haven't just taken care of them by now.
because there's no one to do it.
But I mean, they drink and they eat, right? Probably a barrel of ale from this tavern every night. Couldn't you just sort of looks to Naivara says, put something in there to make them fall asleep or weak, and then throw them out?
She kind of frowns and says, they could, but maybe he's a nicer guy than to...
Zimri does have the thing that he
but they
says...
beat a man to death.
Zimri has the thing that he just speaks his mind. So he goes and looks at the man. He's like, could I persuade you to stop chewing like a freaking ass? Sorry. I have some.
The man takes another big chew, and then he says, no. And then he burps very loudly.
Well, I know it's pretty obvious you're trying to piss someone off, but it's starting to get really annoying. And could you either just stop it or leave?
Quirks an eyebrow. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just eating my breakfast.
You're obviously doing it to annoy everyone. Everyone can see it. I can see it. You look like an idiot.
He stops chewing a little bit, looks at you. Really now?
Yeah, I think everyone can see that you look like an idiot. With your legs spread like that? Did you happen to shit your pants or something like that? Is that why your legs are spread like that?
He slowly takes a drink and puts his stein back on the bar very carefully, and then he gets up and says, the only shit I see in here is you. Now get the fuck out of here before I beat your face in. Pup.
Your way of trying to intimidate me is not working when you sit like that. Just saying it. You really need to do something about that. Maybe sit up, put your legs together, and don't have food in your entire face. You look like a freaking meat pie.
Oh, I'll do something about it, he says. He moves forward and draws his weapon. Go to initiative.
Zimri, I don't remember what I have of weapons.
Yeah,
I have a short sword.
As soon as weapons are drawn on family,
Zimri,
I think.
does a really cool swings with his short swords. Does a flourish with his short swords. No. By all means, let's try if you can keep up with all that shit in your pants.
The ruffian draws his weapon, and we all stand up, I imagine.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There it is. Aha!
Okay, well, in that case, Zimri is the first to act.
Attack!
What ho!
With my short sword.
Oh dear.
I hit.
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
did.
I can see it.
Yeah, I forgot to change that. Whatever.
Which one?
Whatever, it's faster.
Oh, is it your face? Oh yeah, I remember now. It's all coming back.
Yeah, your sword strikes true, blood flows. Little Pip gives a shriek of excitement and fear. And the Tallbone sort of lets out a very loud curse as he sort of starts hobbling his way over here, shouting, "No, no, no!" waving his arms.
And they're gonna beat him to death.
And turn when you're ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she
isn't it
could-
if I move back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you leave his reach, he gets
Yeah.
an attack.
Oh
He gets
yeah,
an
yeah. I
attack.
forgot about the whole leaving reach thing.
Well, but there's
Yeah.
no flanking though, so
No, so
you can
You know,
move
may-
freely
maybe-
within his
maybe-
reach. Like go
maybe
to your
he's
side.
just really, I don't know. Just keep
Like if you
go-
want, if you
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to block the door or something, you could. You know,
I don't mind if you.
it's a window technically, I suppose.
I don't mind if he jumps through the window. Do we want me to do end turn?
Yes, when you're ending a turn, please end turn.
Where is the end turn?
Right next to roll for initiative.
Red button.
Oh yeah, there you go.
All right. Actually, why my ruffian doesn't have? Oh, there we go. Yeah, he seems very deft with his short sword, and he strikes not once but twice. Because he has multi-attack.
He's level 6, guys. We lose.
I mean, he is a hired, well-trained mercenary.
Ooh, misses twice.
Double miss. Oof.
Yeah. All right. Well, he tried his best. He seemed a bit surprised. He was probably expecting to do some damage there.
Well, see, there's that guy, Lanar the Miner, in the way. I don't like Rivar doesn't want to shoot when there's a person there. But I believe dash is simply an extra move action. Is that correct?
Well, let's take a look. Dash. You may move an extra distance this turn equal to your current speed after applying any modifiers.
All right, so it's an extra move.
Yep.
Which means I can go here, then I can do my cunning action to dash, like over here.
Yep.
And I can be like a little bit in the cover behind the table here. Not that that probably matters. But I can move here and then I can shoot, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Because I'm cunning, as it turns out.
Yeah,
He
very
sort
fast.
of runs past the sort of, to here, sort of like behind this stuff, behind the cat. Dog,
Yep.
cat, yeah.
It's
and
a
then
cat.
like rolls to over here,
Mm-hmm.
then up, and then tries to shoot with his crossbow. And I do get the -2 disadvantage. What do we? What
-2 because you're shooting through Zimri.
Okay, not disadvantage then.
Not
-2.
disadvantage.
That is far to prefer. So shoot with a light crossbow.
That is a hit.
Right. She shoots. He doesn't shoot for, he shoots for the leg or something.
Do you apply sneak attack?
Yes, it is applied.
Okay. Well. And turn. Thank you.
Naivara will. Oh, I'm not snapped to the grid.
Snap to grid.
There it is. All right.
Dunk.
Oh, and we'll run up here and shoot with a crossbow. with
Okay.
a -2.
Fucking adventurers sitting like fully armed at the breakfast table. Like, what is this
Who
world?
gives a shit? I mean,
I always eat breakfast in full armor and all my weapons. That is a miss.
yep. That'll do.
So here's what I want to do. Forin, first of all, standing up from the bench, moving a bit closer, unslinging one of his javelins that of course he had at the breakfast table, because someone like him has to always be prepared.
He pulls
Yes.
that out of his pants and
But he wants to intentionally miss. Essentially with a gesture, probably an accompanying shout of saying, hey, that could have gone for you, now fuck off and leave this place.
Okay.
Basically making him just run away
Sure.
if he's smart.
Just about to hit his. It's just about.
I'll have you make an intimidation with that. You will have advantage on it.
Advantage, you say? Alright, that's a charisma. That's a 14. That's terrible.
Let's see here.
Wait, I have proficiency, so 16.
16. Let's see what he thinks about that. Yeah, no, he is very scared. He seems to be being ready to just drop everything and just run.
Alright.
Well, seeing that, Zimri steps to the side.
Yep.
And does a flourish and say, "Be careful that the door doesn't hit you on the way out." And there's
And away he goes. What? I can't move him. Move!
you can't go through walls. You can't cheat.
I can't move him at
no
all.
wall hacks. Oh, is he
He
stuck?
can't be moved. Error in body of roll, statement of body.
Just cut him and move him somewhere.
Yeah.
Get away. Eh,
He's invincible.
he's gone. He runs away. You see some blood at the door. You see Pip coming up from the bar, like around here, peeking. And he looks at Zimri and was like, "That was so cool!" I told him.
Zimri just looks at the kid as like, "Sure, thanks."
I
he's
want to
like,
be like you when I grow up. Tolman walks up.
Okay.
No, you will not.
Zimri goes to Tolman. "I'm so sorry for the mess. Here is a gold. I hope that will help."
He takes the gold and he sort of puffs out his chest a little bit and says, "Oh yeah." He sort of he composes himself with some effort. Perhaps his wife also shooting him a few glances, and he says, "I am. Thank you. I know you want. I know that you mean well. I do know that. It's just.
But that was probably the stupidest thing you could have done there, Zimri.
Well, you know, I say what comes up in my mind.
You walked over here and made him attack you without his friends around. Now he's going to run off and they are
And
going
tell
to
his
come in the night.
friends. Tell his friends, and then this nice man, Tolman, will tell him that a freaking dragon did all that, and they'll all come for you. It's all gonna end up well. Don't worry. You're the only dragon here.
Not quite a dragon.
You look
Not
like
even
one.
close.
Isn't that,
But what
isn't
I'm
that right,
saying
Tolman? You're gonna, if they asked, you're gonna tell them a freaking Dragonborn did all that mess. And they'll all
Yes.
come for him.
Tolman grunts, dragging Pip by the arm, who seems so excited by everything.
Don't worry, they'll come for you.
You will go, and you will prepare the potatoes, and I will have no more talk of this tomfoolery. Now go!
If they come for me, for us, then great. But chances are they won't have a spine, meaning they go for the easy target. Which, oh, look at this. A large part of this place is made out of wood. Do you know what people do when they're upset with someone owning something made out of wood?
I have a feeling you're trying to explain something like, don't throw a rock if you live in a glass house.
I'm saying don't stab people who have friends with torches when you're living in a wooden tavern. Now
If
we
they
have to
burnt down
go.
this tavern, they wouldn't have any place to eat or sleep.
They don't sleep at the
You-
tavern. They sleep at the
Well,
the
they
ruined manor, I
obviously
think.
eat. They obviously eat here.
Zimri, you're implying that those people are smart and can think far into the future, like the next morning when they go hungry. But no, we now have to go to them and make sure that they don't come here to
Forin,
do what I think they will do.
Forin, can you give me the talk while I eat?
That's efficient. I like it.
Now see here.
I'm just eating. I'm just crunching, so I can't hear anything.
Now you're being real loud.
No, I can't hear it in my head.
Sure.
It's like when you eat morning, food that chips, so like you can't hear anything.
And while Forin will essentially continue berating Zimri about how to approach bullies,
What?
those bullies, the people
Well,
who bully
bullies,
others.
yes. Yeah.
He will pause to tell Naivara to maybe look after Rivar, who just ran away again somewhere.
She points to like the curtained off area and says, "I think he's in there. I'm sure he'll be all right. Yeah. I mean, he should be fine."
Is Elsa still creeping around our table?
No, she more like threw herself here to get out of the way, and now she's over here with Trilina, sort of, preparing the mess, mopping it up and stuff.
Sure. Finally.
The javelin from Forin probably still wedged into one of those stools.
Yeah, and the one crossbow bolt is in the wall from Naivara.
If he was closer, I would have tried to hit him with a sword, but he's so far away and
Tolman gives you the eye.
issues and
Mumbling something about adventurers shooting up his tavern.
I didn't shoot it anything. Oh my
Plus,
god, can
crossbow
someone
bolts
do
do
something
less
about him?
Like, try, like say, Riva, it's okay.
He's just leaning against the wall, like mumbling to himself, holding sort of his hand over his face.
She'll like come up to him and like put her like her hand on his head and say, "It's okay. Don't worry. It's all good. It's fine."
Just looking down to say, "I can't do this sort of thing. It's not me. It's just shooting people in the bar, just starting fights."
I mean, when someone draws a sword on our family, we kind of got to do something, right?
I know, and I did, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like this. We don't have to.
No, we don't have to, but isn't it the right thing?
Just no. It's dangerous. We don't have to do things the dangerous way. We could have helped these people in a way that wouldn't endanger anyone.
Maybe, but perhaps that option's gone now. So we might have to defend ourselves and the lovely person who gave us food and put us under a roof.
That's what you say.
She smiles.
Doing the thing he does, where he just sort of lets you have, basically agrees with you to,
Yeah.
get you off him.
Wait. Does she realize that you're doing this? I wonder.
He's done it before. It's a bit of a personality quirk.
She probably doesn't realize this. Probably just she thinks that you actually care. Actually listening. Okay, all right. Let's. Why don't you come back and we'll eat the rest of our breakfast and.
I'm not hungry anymore.
We'll go into town then. Yeah, there's a shrine of luck. Maybe you can maybe get some luck into not getting into these sort of issues.
I've had enough of this city. Could we just deal with this and then go find? Could we just deal with this and then go fight Gunran? Please. I'm worried. We shouldn't stay here for long. It's not like our home. There's so many people here.
She nods and says, "Yeah, there is. But we'll get this sorted and we'll leave as soon as everything's done and ready."
Yeah, I'll just try to calm down. I'll just need some time.
That's okay.
I'll just tag along at a distance, okay?
Yeah, you take your time. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
tell the others not to worry.
Oh, of course. Kind of like steps away and says, "Just make sure that you're okay. I'll keep checking on you. All right."
He just nods and tries to look okay. As she leaves, he leans against the wall and slowly sort of sinks down to sit on the floor.
Naivara kind of walks over and says, "Yeah, he doesn't like fighting this, like in bars and everything. But he just wants to get back into the wilderness. You know what he's like."
I'm sorry, what? We're talking about this bread. It looks like a face.
It does.
It looks like a slime.
Naivara just frowns.
Doesn't sound like good bread.
No, I don't want
No.
slime bread.
Slime bread.
It's a goo bread.
It's more a porridge, really.
Naivara just shakes her head. Yeah, he'll follow us from a distance.
You'll be fine. It's just because we're in a city.
She nods.
It's
Well-
not. Fandolin is not really a city.
It's like a
per se.
town.
No,
It's
but
more
it's
a frontier village.
There's
Have
more-
I been in a bigger city?
Probably
not.
No.
not really.
there's more than 2 people here. That makes it a city for him, for Rivar.
Mhm.
You know, a lonely forest camp. That's his level of comfort so far. But it's also that we've just literally picked the fight with the city guard
They're
alone,
not the city guards. They're
And-
ruffians.
and he's a little freaked out. He's not been an outlaw before.
I'm
Well-
sorry, I just had to do something. You know, the guy was obviously looking for a fight, and I thought it would be better than me.
He's never going to discuss it with anyone. He simply no.
No, but Forin is like, and this is why you shouldn't. It's like, you know, I was in a position I could handle him. If we wait for his friends, I couldn't handle him, and I didn't know if Forin was gonna help me, because, you know, there's only one guy. I didn't doubt on you, sister, but still.
I'd like to imagine that this conversation between Rivar and Zimri is just being shouted through the tavern.
I love that conversation.
I hate you.
Everybody's a bit awkward with this conversation going on, but you know,
They've noticed that now they have their legs spread and
yeah.
chewing loudly bread.
No, seriously, not
Speed
chewing
out.
loudly. He can't stand that stuff, and he doesn't spread his leg like that. He's just eating. His bread looks like a face.
Well, I would suggest that we give back those crates we found, because that would let River see us doing something good that won't necessarily involve violence.
Was it Sister Gallery or Old Addermass that owned those things, or was it none of them?
The crates you found?
It was
Yeah.
the Lion Shield Costa, wasn't it?
Yeah, that is the property of the Lion Shield Coster, according to the signet on the crates. Sister Garley is, as far as you know, the keeper of the Shrine of Luck, and Darren Edermath was described to you as an old adventurer living out by an orchard in the northwest of part of town.
let's deliver those crates then. They're probably missing them.
Okie doke.
If you guys
Onwards and
are ready.
upwards.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Let's go.
Away! Sure. You make your way into Phandalin. It is definitely a town built upon the ruins of a much older settlement. That is clear when you walk out. There's a lot of ruins, a lot of old walls, house foundations and such that are very much overgrown. It is quite clear that the buildings here are built maybe just a few years ago, while the foundations of this place seems to be much, much older. But nevertheless, as you make way through out of the Stonehill Inn, you would want to go to Lion Shield Coster.
With the
Yes.
cart.
Maybe we could take a quick break at the Shrine of Luck, because I think we are going to need some.
You certainly could.
Why not?
It's right across the inn, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can place your
stop off
tokens
there.
on the map where you want to go, basically.
Let's go there first.
All right. Absolutely. It is probably, as you look around,
Let's go, little brother.
Phandalin is only a temple, and it is a small shrine indeed. It seemed to be maybe made of stones taken from the nearby ruins, actually. As you come closer, it is clear that it is dedicated to Tymora, the goddess of luck and good fortune and adventure. As you approach, there seems indeed to be someone in there. An elven lady comes striding towards you. She seems to have been preparing some sort of morning ritual, perhaps. But as you come into the shrine, she looks up and then strides over to you, and she has a friendly smile on her face. And she says, "Tymora's blessing upon you, strangers. Welcome, welcome. I am Sister Garley."
And to you, my fair lady.
She smiles slightly, sends a wink at Zimri's in Zimri's way, and then she gives you sort of a once-over, looking quite approvingly at both Forin and Naivara.
What?
Because we both have holy symbols in sight, usually.
Well, I do know that neither me nor my sister here follow the goddess of luck, but wouldn't be a bad thing to have for us currently.
Naivara
completely agree.
Naivara smiles and is like, all gods, after all, are have each their own followers and
Well,
each blessed.
It's just that with all we've been through, I don't think I would mind a little luck my way.
Is there like a little donation bowl thing?
Yeah, there is.
Is she standing right by it, or could Rivar basically like sort of stealthily move over and like put a gold piece in there and just sort of extract himself without
He could
anyone
notice
really
that.
noticing? Because he just kind of
seems-
wants to. I mean, like this woman would like maybe thank him or something, and he doesn't want to deal with that. So he just wants to go and put. Actually, let's put 2 gold pieces in the donation thing. 3,
All right.
then puts me at 10.
Sure.
Like a fourth of my money.
I just love how
then-
socially
then he'll
anxious
sort
he is.
You know,
And he'll just sort of extract himself to that sort of shady area, like behind here, like between these things, so he can watch the doorway,
Sure.
but not really be seen by people.
Simmer's
What
gonna give
is-
2
what
as
is-
well, so he has 8.
What is Zimri's passive perception? Because I don't see that on your token.
Can't remember what passive perception is.
It's
10.
10 plus the modifier. So 10 plus wisdom.
Yeah.
And then if you're proficient in it, plus 2.
It's 10.
Okay. Then Rivar is the one to notice that Sister Garley actually she moves slightly awkwardly, and you do notice that when she adjusts her hair at one point, some of her tunic sort of slips out of her trousers, and you see that she has a bandage. It's actually quite bloody on the tunic.
Oh,
I just changed my passive perception. I fixed it.
oh man, he's getting a little bit of anxiety now. Like, He
Naivara would notice
under the
that too.
tunic of an elven cleric, and he'll just leave the 3 gold pieces there, and then
Then blush furiously.
get out of here.
Naivara will,
Maybe on the way there, sort of as he's extracting himself, he'll sort of, like whoever she's not looking at, he'll like go along the wall and like just give them like a slight sort of tap and then like nudge them in that direction.